Fist, what is up? Welcome back to Unspecified Podcast and Review. So, real quick, I just wanted to bring this. Arrests nationwide, all across the nation. This is at least 25 arrests in Louisville.
Just Louisville.
This is just a report on Louisville arrests, at least 25 people. Let's see. But we have reports of arrests
all across major cities everywhere.
Nationwide. Okay. And so this may be a response from the Blue. Back the Blue is now.
Well, just a culmination of things. You've got the Back the Blue. You've got the Proud Boys. You've got the, Amy Coney Barrett. You've got, there's so many things. The Breonna Taylor decision being a main source, so many things.
Yeah, so many things. Earlier, police said 28 people were arrested before reducing the number Sunday morning. The 25 arrested face charges ranging from curfew violations, rioting in the first degree, theft by unlawful taking, possession of a controlled substance, and trafficking marijuana, police spokesman Dwight Mitchell said. And this is coming from CNN, so you can take that as it be. I think this is actually a pretty good article.
It is. But, it's so hard to say. The one thing that we can all agree on is that we can't trust news media. But then it's funny because we get into these predicaments where there's articles and people say, well, I don't trust that news source. Prove it with a reliable news source. But we just said that we don't trust any news source.
It's okay.
So mainstream
Moving
media.
on from Breonna Taylor protests and riots and arrests. So moving on from that, I think we should do more reports on these fires because they keep happening. September 27th, 25th, 24th, 22nd. So they keep happening. Okay. So that we have the most recent
ones,
which would be the Zog fire, right?
Breakneck Zog fire burned through 7,000 acres in less than 5 hours. And that's near Redding in Northern California. And that was at 0% as of the time of this article from USA Today. That was at 0% containment.
It is still 0% contained. You can see it here. Yep. 7,000 acres and 0% contained. Okay.
Yep. We're just, this is not unusual.
The fires continue.
Yeah, this is not unusual. We've seen fires every summer for as long as I can remember, but it does seem more intense. And I have to be honest, I didn't pay attention enough in years past to be able to, accurately come out and say that. But if you're from that area, if you're familiar with that, comment down below. I assume this is more intense than normal, yeah?
This is also...
oh, yes. And so then we also have the Glass Fire, which has gone through 2,500 acres. And that's over in Napa Valley, which is wine country. We're also
also 0% contained.
Yes.
And that's this year.
Yes. So
this one is 98% contained.
A lot of evacuations. They've cut power to parts of California to try to help prevent further fires. And that is a tactic that has been used
11,000 acres.
Right. But that is a tactic that has been in years past used, where they cut power off because, to help reduce the chances, they say. But, so it's just impressive because the trees there, they're pines, they're seeds. They open up and release at these high temperatures.
That's right.
That the fires
the
produce.
Douglas firs.
Yeah.
It's so odd that the high temperature from the forest fires, which are naturally occurring, are just the right heat for the ones that survive to release the seed pods and to drop thousands of seeds.
And then on top of that, and there have been reports, there's been texts that Native Americans had, semi-controlled burns as well. Burning is normal in the Great Plains, as well as, even down here we see it. But you have to wonder, why California? Because are there not similar conditions in Texas? Why doesn't Texas see wildfires? Maybe they do. I haven't looked. Why doesn't it? Is Canada seeing some of these? Is that colder temperature helping? But then colder means drier, so that's, we can light fires.
Maybe not all the time. Maybe not all the time.
So, just
okay. The Glass Fire. Finally, now that I back away from it, I can see. oh my gosh, please stay up there. The glass fire in U.S. California is estimated to be 11,000 acres and 0% contained. And then you're seeing other fires that are like they've burned 396,000 acres and it's only 62% contained. That's
Right.
insane.
And look, it does look like there are some fires not in Texas, but the point just being, why is California all over? Maybe because of the
Oh my gosh.
winds.
Look at these. Okay. This was reported on in August 29th. Let's see. 280,000 acres. 280,000 577 acres and 36% contained. That is basically not contained. You have failed test.
No, not failed tests. These are large amounts. These are, like
Absolutely.
not the failed test, but it is. I can imagine, like, I don't understand it well enough, so I guess to me it would seem disheartening. But I don't know. They've got mathematics to kind of be able to project. Yeah, this is about how much we think will burn, and this is about how long we think it'll burn, or the wind projections. They've got it dang near down to a science, which again begs the question.
The Castle Fire, 149,000 acres, 50% contained. Dude, let's see. Well, I don't know. The Bobcat Fire, 114,000 acres, 62% contained. Anyway, they actually, if you watch people like Wrangler Star, shout out to Wrangler Star, man, he's awesome. He was a professional wildland firefighter, and that's like what they did is like, I don't know, they predict how these fires jump, and like they measure the atmosphere while also getting people out of their home, and like, it's insane. The wildfires or whatever. Wildfires. I don't know all the correct
vernacular.
Yeah, vernacular or whatever. But that's just a little update on the fires. The West Coast, though it is not in mainstream news, is still burning.
But on the upside, we are kind of seeing a little bit of a break from activity in the Gulf.
Yes. Speaking of, that's a great segue to Texas governor issues disaster declaration over brain-eating amoeba found in Lake Jackson water supply. I'm not exactly sure where.
I only say old news because we in Louisiana have been dealing with this for
we have been dealing with
time.
Brain-eating amoeba for a long time. This is not new.
Years, I should say, for at least 4 years. At least the past 4
a
years.
Good friend of mine and pastor passed away.
Yeah.
From brain-eating amoeba.
Well, I think that was infection.
Maybe, but it was infection from brain-eating amoeba.
We've been on a boil order many, many times because of this. And so we've had...
you cannot let your shower water get up your nose and stuff like that.
Yep. Cuts. You have to watch out for cuts. You have to...
I have been completely careless with this whole thing. I just act like it doesn't exist. And I have been blessed.
But, I wonder because, so we've seen it now, like I said, for years. Intermittently, it's not constantly happening. You'll see a story and then it may spring up for a little bit for a month or two and then it kind of goes away. They treat the water and, everything goes back to normal. And then, a year or two later, it may pop up with another case.
Well, you had a theory on this. What was your theory?
Well, I do. I wonder now if we're seeing it in other places. Because of the hurricanes. Do you think that that's something that maybe got spread in wind or water or precipitation?
I think it's very plausible. I think that's a really good thinking. Very good idea. I think that's very not just plausible but possible that one hurricane that went through Lake Charles and kind of hummed off towards Texas definitely could have carried some of the brain-eating amoeba with it.
And then there was also a report of it in Florida.
Oh, there was also a hurricane that cut right.
And so I'm just saying that maybe the storms did push it, or maybe we've seen isolated incidences all along, and it's just now getting into the limelight.
Yes,
because 2020.
So we're back. What's up? Okay, Brofist to you. We will be going live tonight.
Yes,
doing
finally
doing our first little paranormal episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real a real pilot episode. Bear with us.
Yeah, just getting
Come
into.
see if you have patience because it's gonna be rough, but it'll be a good time.
Getting into stuff like this, like UFO stuff. So much of it is in the mainstream
hauntings.
now.
Just kind of the spooky stuff.
The fun, spooky stuff. It's about the spooky season, so I thought it would be good. Maybe we'll have some folks on, and you can tell us your ghost stories live.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
And we can have different guests talking about different things like these, different like, ooh.
Yeah, we're going to do a few of these because there's so many. Honestly, I could pick one topic and do a whole show just on that one topic and different sightings of that one. And that's where I would like it to go. But this first one is just going to be kind of a hodgepodge of like, hey, did you see this? Hey, have you heard about this? Hey, have you? And then, for shows down the line, I think we'll go more into, okay, well, let's talk about this specifically. Where, what's the legend on this? What is it? Where does it come from? Let's see some videos of people that have seen it. Let's hear some folklore, just kind of specifically on one particular item. We can share opinions, thoughts, and take it or don't. I've always been fascinated by Greek mythology, even though that's not my belief. So if you don't believe what we believe, that's fine. Just take it as entertainment.
I like Norse mythology. I like all kinds of stuff.
Yes, I'm
We're going to get into the woo, the proverbial woo.
It will be a good time.
All right, bro. All right, guys. Bro. All right, shout out to the Bearcats, Rock Bear Angel, NFG Vets, the members. Thank you so much, guys. Bro Fist. We love you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm going to end it on Bro Fist. Bro Fist, I will see you tonight, and we will also be live streaming
the debate.
Presidential debates. Tomorrow. Bro Fist, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good evening. We look forward to seeing you live here later. Brofist out.
We'll be right back.